bill seeking single 6-year term, zonal rotation for president and governors. KOGI stakeholders brainstorming on national digital economy and e-governance bill. US proposes breakup of Google to end of search monopoly. And in sports, Chelsea sets €120 million price tag on 23-year-old star Real Madrid I as LUKA MODRIC's successor. A very warm welcome to you. This is MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of LUKA, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Gift Daniel. Thanks for joining. The House of Representatives rejected a proposed constitution amendment aimed at instituting a single 6-year term for the president, governors, and local government chairmen across the federation. The bill, sponsored by Ikenga Ngochingiri, PDP Imo, and 3 co-sponsors, also sought to divide the country into 6 geopolitical zones and establish a rotational system for the presidency and governorship within these zones. Additionally, it proposed that all elections be conducted on a single day. Lawmakers declined to allow the bill's sponsor to lead the debate, which sought to amend key sections of the 1999 Constitution, including Section 79, 116, 132, and 136. President Bola Tinubu has approved the dissolution of the Governing Council of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka, Anambra State, and the removal of Professor Bernard Odo, the new Vice-Chancellor, and Rosemary Ugo-Kike, the Registrar. The council, led by Ambassador Greg Ozumba Mbadiwe, included 5 other members: Hafiz Oladejo, Austin Oedebelu, Ami Olero Osahon, and Funsho Oyeneyi. The sacking of the Governing Council and officials followed the report that the council illegally appointed an unqualified Vice-Chancellor without following due process. After the controversial appointment, the federal government stepped in to address tension between the University Senate and the Governing Council of the 33-year-old institution. The government expressed concern over the council's apparent disregard for the university's governing laws in its selection process. In the same vein, President Tinubu also approved the removal of Ohiku Salami as the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Health Sciences in Otukpo, Benue State. The decision followed Salami's illegal actions, including suspending the Vice-Chancellor without following the prescribed procedures. Despite the Federal Ministry of Education call for the unlawful suspension to be revoked, Salami refused to comply. Instead, he resorted to abuse and threatening behavior towards the ministry directors, including the permanent secretary. The federal government reiterated that the primary responsibility of university councils is to ensure the smooth operation of university activities in accordance with the acts establishing each university. President Tinubu warned the councils not to create distractions in their universities, as his government is focused on improving the country's education standards. The Federation Accounts Allocation Committee, FAC, has distributed 1.411 trillion naira October revenue among the federal government, state, and local government councils. The revenue was disbursed at the November 2024 FAC meeting held in Benue State on Wednesday. The meeting was presided over by the Accountant General of the Federation, Mrs. Toyin Medin. KOGI State Executive Council has approved the draft budget of all-inclusive development to the State House of Assembly. Presenting the draft budget of the weekly State Executive Council meeting Wednesday, the State Commissioner of Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Idris Asiru, said the budget is an ambitious drive to the Ododo administration to drive the economy to the next level. The KOGI State Governor, Ahmed Usman Ododo, has vowed to dismantle all bottlenecks inhibiting investment in the state, saying his administration is poised to make KOGI State the investment haven of Nigeria. Addressing pressmen at the KOGI State Government's press center shortly after the State Executive Council meeting, the State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Kingsley Fanwo, said the governor is putting modalities in place to make KOGI State investment friendly.
For him, this is going to improve the economy of the state, raise the IGR of the state, provide jobs and opportunities in the state, and also be able to have what we call the shared prosperity.
Fanwo also said the governor expressed a strong commitment to the security of lives and property in the state, urging the citizens to cooperate with law enforcement agencies and vigilante groups to ensure security.
It is his commitment, and it is what he has sworn to protect, that will ensure that lives and property are safe in our dear state.
He said the administration had decided to take the road of giving a leading role to the communities in security of their domains. On the state's cultural carnival, which is holding between December 1 to December 7, 2024 across the 3 senatorial districts, the Information Commissioner said the governor has expressed readiness to make the carnival a window to market the potential of the state.
The carnival is poised to be the best in the history of the state, and also open up the state for global visibility. It is expected that it will attract a lot of investment, especially in the areas of tourism, and also help in harnessing the cultural heritage of our dear state. The governor gave his commitment that he will continue to support the success of the carnival. He will participate as a person and also in his official capacity to ensure that the carnival is used to market the potentials and the possibilities that abound in our dear states.
In the same vein, the State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Timothy Ojoma, said the state government has invested over 9 billion naira in agriculture to ensure KOGI takes the lead in food production. He said the governor has matched his words with actions by investing heavily in the sector where the state has a comparative advantage.
You will recall the state government has expended over 9 billion naira in agriculture this year in areas of procurement of improved seedlings, necessary inputs for agricultural development in the state, which were shared across the entire KOGI state in over 86 farm centers across the state. Started with the rehabilitation of our tractors. In the last intervention, we did over 8,000 hectares of land with rice, maize, and cassava. So, Council have ratified all the processes, and one important thing that His Excellency, through his goodwill and intervention in agriculture, has earned the state is among the few states that are earmarked to produce wheat for this dry season. This state is among the 12. Today, KOGI state is at the bottom of food inflation in the nation. With the intervention for the year, we have attained this level, and we are not resting on it. We are going to take it up to ensure at the end of the day, KOGI state becomes the hub of agricultural production and processing in the country. We have what it takes, and we have the political will. There is every assurances as we are going to the next year preparation. We are extending what we have, the 8,000, over 8,000 we have in this current year, to over 20,000 hectares of land in the current year. We are discussing with private investors. Only recently we had a meeting with Signals investment company, the company that is managing our rice mill now, to go into production of over 2,000 hectares of land in the state.
Also, it was revealed that the NEC has granted permission to KOGI to generate, distribute power supply according to the State Commissioner for Rural and Energy Development, Abdul Muttalib Mohammed.
I'm very much aware of how passionate His Excellency was about on the issue of IDP camp. He went around, visited the IDP camp, and directed that places should be electrified. And he gave an approval, and that was done within a week. So the council ratified that approval today. Then equally mentioned the issue of budget for the year, which has been ratified as well. In the budget, there are news of code that relates to the Ministry of Energy. That is the new commission that is federal NEC, that is the National Electricity Regulatory Commission, had issued order to Kogi State to wind down within 6 months, starting from around 13th February. That's almost about 2 months ago. So we have 4 months to wind down. What that implies is that the regulation of electricity supply, generation, transmission, distribution, regulation of electricity supply will be domesticated within the state. And what that has for us is that it's going to encourage investors to come and run generators, either through hydro, wind, or solar, and that will translate to more electricity in the state. Translating to more electricity in the state will bring about more business friendly environment and more money to the government because of the taxes and more money to individuals. And I think we'll all be happy having electricity 24/7.
Stakeholders in Kogi State have advocated digital economy and e-governance to ensure accountability and transparency in the governance. This was the submission of speakers at the stakeholders' engagement on the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill held in Lokoja. In a bid to migrate the country from paper to paperless economy, the federal government, through the Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, is proposing the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill. For the bill to see the light of the day, the ministry, in partnership with its consultants, is engaging stakeholders across the country. And this is why the team was in the confluent states to get input of stakeholders. Declaring the program open, the Permanent Secretary, Kogi State Ministry of Information and Communication, Ebenezer Adurodija, said the nation is overdue for a digital economy, which is the order of the day. According to Adurodija, though Kogi is already introducing digital methods in the governance of the states, the bill is a step in the right direction. The legal consultant of the stakeholders' engagement, Chukwudi Chimezie, said the importance of the bill cannot be underestimated as it will enhance digital literacy and economy. A lecturer with Kogi State Polytechnic Lokoja, William Arthur, and the executive director of Challenge Priesthood Initiative, Eunice Agbogun, urged Nigerians and the National Assembly to give the bill the needed support. In a bid to enhance educational infrastructure and support, Sani Abdulrahim, the House of Representatives member representing Ajakuta Federal Constituency, commissioned a 6-classroom block at the Ohiku Community Comprehensive School. This event took place alongside the launch of the distribution of the C educational grants aimed at supporting hundreds of undergraduate and postgraduate students keenly selected. Representing Sani at the commissioning, his senior legislative aide emphasized that the Ohiku Community Comprehensive School is the first of its kind constructed in the Ohiku district of Ajakuta local government since 1980. The school has historically played a pivotal role in the educational development of many residents in the area. However, it has suffered from infrastructural decay and vandalism over the years. The newly structured classrooms well equipped are part of Sani's commitment to revitalizing the school's legacy and reaffirming that education remains the cornerstone of a progressive society. We go on a short break. We will be right back.
Ohiku the World Ohiku I Convention is here. This is to officially inform and invite all sons and daughters of Ibira Nation at home and in the diaspora to her 2024 Ohiku Day Convention in Okene, Kogi State. Date, Saturday, 23rd November 2024. Venue, Ohinoi's Palace, Okene. Time, 9 a.m. The convention will feature goodwill messages, arts exhibition, costumes, cultural troops and masquerades from Etono, Miakan and Opete. Be there. Ibira. EGBIRA. One people, same language, one nation. Special guest of honor, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo. Chief host, His Royal Majesty, Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Tijani Muhammad Anaje, Uhinoi of Ibira Land. Dr. Musa Aduhinoi Ahmadu, OON, President, Ohiku Ibira Descendant Union. Announcer.
Welcome back. Thanks you're still watching. The Foursquare Gospel Church Nigeria General Overseer Reverend Sam Aboyeji has declared wondrous experience into the life of members who gathered on the Foursquare campground at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, kilometer 75, Ajebo. The one-week-long run convention features spiritual impactation, developmental and capacity building programs, such as Next Generation Summits, Family Forum Services of Grace, and many more. Our reporter Abiodun Sadiq has more.
We declare open the theme for this convention in the name of God the Father, and in the name of God the Son, and in the name of God the Holy Spirit.
The 69th convention of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria has gathered tens of thousands of Foursquareans within and outside the country, featuring impactful programs and seminars for both the young and adults.
I want to assure you that your stepping into this camp alone is a wonder. And because you are here, you can never go the same way you had come. The God of wonders will show up in your life.
One of the major highlights of the convention is the Next Gen Summit, which entreats challenges faced by young people through a panel session at the program.
Any vision that you can achieve, start, conceive, and accomplish by yourself is not from God. If that vision is truly from God, it will take the help of God to see it come to manifestation.
Monotechnics, universities, we turn out over 120,000 graduates. So you're literally competing with...
The National Director of Foursquare Youth and Next Gen, Reverend Benga Olowe, said the convention had a lot of rich programs for the young people, which will enable them to start making impact in their world.
The program has been very great, starting with the theme that is a time of God's wonder, marvelous deed of God in our life, in our midst, and for our young people to go out there and make impact in their generation. So I believe the convention has been very good, very great, and a thing of blessing to everyone, both young and old.
Chairman of Next Gen Summit, Pastor Boluwatife Unipede, and the National Coordinator for Young Minister Forum of Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria, Pastor Faith Oluwagbeson, spoke about the Next Gen Summit and urged young people to embrace the God of wonder to experience His power in all areas of their life.
So the Next Gen Summit is that program that brings everyone that we consider to be a young person together to fellowship together, experience the power of God and the wonder of God during the convention. The panel session was able to address specific areas. We were able to draw from the wealth of experience of people that have gone ahead, so that the young people that are coming can leverage on the experience and not repeat the mistakes of the past.
I think the highlight of the program is a prophetic encounter that declares the power of God and equips all of us as believers, with that consciousness of the power of God. So once we live in that consciousness, we will experience the wonders of God, and in a trying time, we will be, excluded, so to speak, from the usual experience. This is the time for God to manifest His power and His wonders, such that through the lives of His people, others can be drawn to Him.
The National Director of Home Mission, Reverend Henry Obialo, urged Foursquareans to be expectant of wonders in their lives, as the General Overseer, Reverend Sam Aboyeji, declared at the service of grace.
The presence of God was so mighty in our midst. God did awesome things. We could hear testimonies of healings, testimonies of breakthrough. They will come. I'm expecting to hear testimonies from all over the nation of the wondrous act of God in our life, through us, in us, and for us.
The Baale of Ibori Osai, who doubles as the Secretary of Baales of Obafemi Owode Local Government, Chief Sofiano Ariyo Shobowale, commended the Foursquare Church in Nigeria for the annual convention yearly and prayed for more grace to make more impact on the people. The convention witnessed ministrations from Pastor Jerry Eze, as well as ordination of reverends, awarded in cash gift to retired ministers, first-class academic awards, appointment of board members, and the declaration of 78th Convention. Theme: Completion and Perfection. From Foursquare Camp, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Ajabo, I am Abiodun Sadiq, reporting for MLC TV.
On politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission has presented certificates of return to Ondo State Governor-elect LUKA and his deputy Adelami Olaide. The certificates were handed over in Abuja on Wednesday by the Supervisory National Commission for Ondo State, Professor Kunle Ajayi. This comes 4 days after INEC declared Aiyedatiwa the winner of the governorship election held on Saturday. Representing the All Progressives Congress, Aiyedatiwa defeated Agbola Ajayi of the People's Democratic Party and 15 other candidates. MC Oluomo, the Vice Court Order, assumes office as NURTW President. Days after the Court of Appeal in Abuja nullifies his presidency, Musiliu MC Oluomo Akinsanya assumed office as the National President of the National Union of Road Transport Workers on Tuesday. This marks the first time MC Oluomo has publicly announced assuming office since the Appellate Court's decision to reaffirm Ibukele Barawa as the legitimate NURTW President. MC Oluomo, who was elected unopposed during an election at the Union's Zonal Secretariat in Osogbo, had his presidency nullified by a 3-member appellate panel. The panel, comprising Justice Hama Akawubaka, Nnamdi Okwudingba, and Asmao Ojuolape Akambi, upheld the National Industrial Court's earlier ruling of 11th March, which recognized Barawa as the rightful president. The court also awarded 100,000 naira in costs against MC Oluomo in favor of the respondents. Following the ruling, human rights lawyer Femi Falana called on the federal government to ensure the immediate reinstatement of Mr. Barawa. Falana urged the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to enforce Barawa's leadership. Now on crime. Simon Ekpa, the leader of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and a prominent figure in the Biafra separatist movement, has been arrested in Finland on terrorism charges. The Paget Jaime District Court has ordered the remand of Simon Ekpa, a prominent figure in the Biafra independence movement, on suspicion of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent. The decision, made during a court session, follows an arraignment by the Central Criminal Police regarding Ekpa's alleged involvement in activities contributing to violence in Nigeria's southeastern region. Otto Hitonen, the crime commissioner leading the investigation, emphasized the seriousness of the allegations against Ekpa. He also stated that the police suspected that the man has promoted his efforts from Finland, which means that he led to the violence against civilians in the region of southeastern Nigeria. Hitonen highlighted that Ekpa has reportedly utilized social media platforms to further his agenda, which has raised concerns within law enforcement regarding its impact on domestic and international security. The court hearing also revealed that authorities have identified 4 additional suspects in Finland linked to Ekpa, who are believed to be financing his operations. This aspect of the investigation underlines the complexity and potential breadth of the network association with Ekpa's activities. Next, on our foreign news. Judges at the International Crime Court (ICC) have issued arrest warrants for Israel's Prime Minister and former Defense Minister, as well as Hamas military commander. A statement said a pretrial chamber had rejected Israel's challenges to the court's jurisdiction and issued warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Gallant. A warrant was also issued for Mohammed Deif, although the Israeli military has said he was killed in an airstrike in Gaza in July. The judges said there were reasonable grounds. The 3 men bore criminal responsibility for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity during the war between Israel and Hamas. Both Israel and Hamas have rejected the allegations. It will now be up to the ICC's 124 member states, which do not include Israel or its ally, the United States, to decide whether or not to enforce the warrants. The U.S. Department of Justice is proposing a host of remedies to prevent Google from maintaining its internet search monopoly. The U.S. Department of Justice (DOJ) has demanded Google sells Chrome, the world's most popular web browser. It is one of a series of remedies proposed by the DOJ in a court filing late on Wednesday aimed at stopping the tech giant from maintaining its monopoly in online search. Government lawyers also recommended that District Judge Amit Mehta force the firm to stop entering into contracts with companies, including Apple and Samsung, that make its search engine the default on many smartphones and browsers. The proposed remedies stem from a landmark anti-competition ruling in August, in which Judge Mehta found Google illegally crushed its competition in online search. The Department of Justice was joined in the filing by a group of U.S. states that argued that the changes will help to open up a monopolized market. Britain's former Deputy Prime Minister, John Prescott, who served under Tony Blair and with his help transformed the country's Labour Party, has died at 86. His family said on Thursday. Blair, the privately educated lawyer who appointed working-class Prescott to help appease the Labour left as he moved the party to the centre ground, said he was devastated as Prescott's death. Also added that he was a staunch defender of working people and a proud trade unionist. During a decade, a deputy prime minister, he was one of the key architects of a Labour government that transformed the lives of millions of people across the nation. Next is sports updates. Chelsea had reportedly placed a €120 million valuation on Enzo Fernandez, with Real Madrid among several top European clubs showing interest in the Argentine midfielder. According to Spanish outlet Fichajes, the La Liga giants see Fernandez as a potential successor to Luka Modric, who is nearing the twilight of his career at 39. Fernandez's future at Stamford Bridge has become a topic of speculation in recent weeks. And from Entertainment Desk. Nigerian Afrobeat star David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has reflected on his life as he added another year. The Omo Baba Olowo crooner turned 32 on Thursday, November 21, and he shared some of his thoughts on his new age with fans on X. Davido stated that contrary to what many might think, life has not been all rosy for him. He said despite the challenges, he was grateful to God and his fans. Davido recently announced that he would be donating 300 million naira to orphanages in commemoration of his 32nd birthday. He made a similar donation in 2021 in commemoration of his 29th birthday. And this is where we wrap it up on today's news. For more information on contributions and advert placements, please call the numbers displayed on your screen. Join us daily to watch our news and other exciting programs that will brighten your day. You can also subscribe to all our social media handles to watch our previous and subsequent programs. We Amalekite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brothers and sisters keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Gift Daniel. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.